Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn in our Whitepaw colony. And today, well, we're starting to run a little low on some important resources. So we're going to focus on getting those set back up and working again. Last time, we got a lot of things set up, but we need to be able to support those. So this time, we're going to start with a couple of things. The first thing I want to do is over here, I'm noticing we have some metal blocks, but we keep having to switch a lot of these things out for various other things. The drill bits got to keep coming in, but we're definitely going to need the metal blocks too. So I'm going to start with that. And to do that, we're definitely going to have to get another one of these right on top here. There we go. However, I also want another one of these so that we can do multiple items here at a time, which with the rope being this way, that's not going to work at all. We're going to just move that around slightly. Let's see. Can I go... I grab this here and move you over to there. And then we say that's fairly important. That's good. We also are going to need power for this, so we need to figure out a way to get up here. Let's grab a couple of these. Here we go. We'll do something like that. That gets me up there. And then we need actual ones of these. But you know what? I'm going to leave those plugged in until we can get everything else moved around. They've already made that one. Good, good. We'll take you out of there and we'll go add connection, add connection, add connection. There we go. Now we can easily put another factory right on top here. It should be, there we go. Let's grab another one of those. We'll put you right there. There we go. And then we'll have to get the power in on those whenever they finally do come in. In fact, you know what? These are already there. Let's go ahead, take those out of there. And do power. There's that. We'll just do universals on both. And then we need... it will be vertical. One vertical. Another vertical. And then we'll actually need another ladder, won't we? They should be able to walk right across the top of those. Those are all going in. And then we just need one regular. You know what? We'll just do two more. Because you never know where they're going after that. So, do I need to do another one of these up? Yeah, that just ensures that that'll all get built here before too long. They look like they're building something. What is that guy? We're just low on gears, so... looks like we don't have many gears at all. How many gear factories do we have? We have 1, 2. I feel that that's not enough. Especially if we're coming up on new things to build. A lot of them are going to take gears. So let's go ahead and we'll just grab a couple more of those. We've got plenty of beavers. Plus, this should bring us in some more beavers as well. There we go. We'll have them build those, get us some more gears, and we can go from there. Oh, look, they're both in. So now they're just waiting on power. Let's say that this stuff right here is the most important stuff we can get so that those get taken care of. Oh, I need a way up to these, don't I? They would probably appreciate that. Most beavers don't fly. Some do, but none of these around here, hopefully. There we go. We'll get this and that and that in. Let's make sure that that is going. There we go. And then over here, let's put in... where's that ladder? There it is. We'll do ladder here, here. Get a small little bridge. There we go. And we'll say... that can connect into there. And that should, hopefully, let us get both of those in there. I think we'll be good after that. So the next resource I want to look into, I think we're going to take these fermentation barrels out and try and get at least one more of our big booze tower here. So let's see. We're going to need a couple, not science points, but agronomy. So we'll get a couple more of those. In fact, we'll probably need at least 4. And let's come over here and we'll start setting that up. Let's get rid of these. Might not need to get rid of all of them. Let's, you know what? Yeah, let's just take those out. We're just going to take them out and they'll just have to live with whatever they get from the tower over here. And we'll drop in our same amount of dynamite that we had before. So I think that's just 2 down. There's 2. We'll put 2 there and 2 there, and that'll let us dig a hole out so that we can put those in there. Now, while we're making agronomy, there is something else that I want to do. I want to take this out of there, and let's go into our food section, and we're going to get the GMO growing lab so we don't have to worry too much about mushrooms anymore. Some of that other stuff we might look into eventually, but I honestly don't think we're going to need it because we've got such large fields of all of that. We're already able to get rid of our, what was that? Plant fibers. Yes. So that we can get to those taken care of. Then we can remove all of these mushroom people and hopefully be good. I think there's some more up here as well. Oh, no, maybe there's not. So we'll let that go for now. Once they're in, we'll go ahead, take those out of there. What else can we eliminate? We can probably take out a couple of these roads here because we don't need them. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. We will extend this road this way. And can I move you up to here? Yep. What is this? Bramble flowers. Let's make you bramble flowers. Should be close to the top, right? Everything except there it is. What I want. So we'll take you out. There we go. And now we have a ton more room for various foodstuffs that we can store in the center here. There we go. That looks good. We'll let them work around there on that for a bit as well. With all this land down here usable, we definitely need to start looking into making this stay good water, which means we got to come up here to the source and get it directed the correct way. To do that, though, we're going to have to take out a couple of these bushes. So let's do that. We'll do this. Go ahead and plan for the stairs up this way. There we go. And then once we're up there, well, let's get the paths in first. There's a path. There's a path. There's some paths, and we'll have to have them come around here. Eventually, we're going to have them blow up this side. Let's see. How do I want to block this off? Let's go with basically the same thing that we have been doing. What is this type? Is that's builders. You know what? We'll get a builders. Builders Lodge. We'll put you in. I put you in here. And then if I put in floodgates, if I put in one here and then one here, I think that should create a complete seal. So let's go ahead, plan for dynamite here. Let's do large dynamite because I want this drop down this channel down to the lowest level possible. And we might re-dynamite it after it's done, but we'll figure that out when we get there. We're going to have to get some stairs to get down there anyway, right? Let's get you in there. Let's get you in there. You, and... Ooh, that's not going to work. Let's make you a ladder. We'll just do this the easy way. Rather than tax ourselves too much, we'll do it the easy way. That can all go there. This just needs drawn into here. Can all go to there. There we go. So it's definitely going to take them a couple of minutes to get through a lot of that. While we do that, another... Oh, there's a bit of a flood there. I think it'll recede here in a second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll recede. There it goes. It's gone. While we're doing that, the thing that I am out of quite a bit is the grapes. And we've got a fairly large grape place over here. An orchard? Is that what grapes grow in? Orchards, maybe? There we go. Let's get you up here. That's got to go. But I want to build a second one, and we're going to put it over here-ish. So let's go off of maybe right here. And we'll just do a stairway down. And we'll do a stairway back up. Over to here. And then let's grab one of these so we can plant a bunch of them. There we go. Put you maybe here. And then I could put you maybe here. Let's grab a couple of these. At least some roads here. These can all go this way. These can go this way. We're going to tell them to plant grapes in this area because we definitely need the grapes. So all of this can be grapes. All of that. We'll do some grapes here. We'll do some grapes over here. I'm not sure how far out this one went. How far did that go? Oh, a little farther. More grapes here. And then we want to be able to gather them, so we'll have to get one of the gatherers here. Harvester's Cottage. We'll do that here. And I believe no, you can't reach there. You can't reach there. Well, maybe we'll have to split it up into a set of 3. There we go. You can reach all of that. Not quite. Okay, do I have to put this on the other side then? Yeah, it looks like I gotta put that on the outside. There we go. And then we'll take that out and we'll put the grapes back. Grapes. There we go. I should probably put in some storage over here so that they don't have to walk so far. Also, we'll see if we can incorporate maybe, just maybe, a quick travel path over here. Let's do this. We'll put you there. And we'll swap this one, since nothing is really going down that way for the moment. We'll swap that one out with a balloon. There we go. And we'll do the balloon on a pylon. There we go. Oh, too far, really? Okay, well, I guess it is slightly higher up in the air. So maybe we'll move it back a little bit. About right there. And then we do a balloon pylon. Maybe. There we go. Balloon pylon up. Add connection to there. This, I'm going to guess, is probably not. No, that went to there. Will you go to here? Nope, too far. So we need another one of these towers. Not a problem. We'll connect you into this, which can then hopefully go. Yep, there we go. Everybody's got their own. We'll put in a little bit of storage here. Warehouses, I think grapes are stored in that kind of warehouse. Warehouse or grapes. There they are. Yep. And that's going out with the haulers. There we go. Since we got this in last time, the big idea for it is basically come in and get, I want the nuclear waste that we can get from it. We'll get one of those for now. And is there anything else that we really need? No, I think that will be good for now. We'll want to get some of these others later. The gas extractor is pretty nice. Then there's the other two, which I found out go on the back and the front. So we may end up putting one of those in eventually, but that might have to be on hold. I do want to get this nuclear waste mining expedition center in, though. We definitely need that. The other thing that we're going to need is what we have to use to process it, which for that we're going to need, let's see, it's the centrifuge. There it is. Now, I kind of like the idea of having put it, well, where'd that go? We need the centrifuge. There we go. It's a very tall building, And I want it something like right here so that we can just kind of go into it. So I need to take out a couple of these. Hopefully it decides it wants to let me do that. There we go. Dynamites. We'll do a 2. We'll do a 1 and a 1. And then eventually we'll come back and connect that back in. Now, the problem here with the Abyss is that it takes the glowing fluid. And while we do have a decent amount of glowing fluid over here, it's going to consume more and more. So even with the 2 fireflies, it may keep up, but what won't keep up is this frozen human meat that we've got here. See, it requires that frozen human meat, which we really only get right now from one of our balloons. So we've got 2 of them trying to set that up, but I feel like we should have more. So let's see if we can set up a couple more. There we go. There we go. And then I actually want a whole lot more maybe here. And will it not go there? You know what? We'll do it the other way. Let's grab this again. And we'll just put 1 from the back here. Yeah, we'll do that, that, and that. And then 1, we need to connect them in. So let's grab a road here. Roads here. We can probably connect some more roads in through there if they want to. But then we got to get to the balloons on there, which is always fun. They always feel a little finicky. We might have to wait until they are actually done and complete. Well, let me just... Okay. So we want the polar beavers. Let's see if it'll let me put those on top of there before they're done. It does not want to let me do that. Okay, we might have to wait until they're actually done to be able to put those on there because it likes to be really finicky. Let's make sure it's not that. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not sure where the anchor point is on these, but they don't always seem to be on the correct location, it feels like. So we'll let that go. If I turn it around, can I put it the other way? Ah, it will go the other way. Okay. So maybe it has to be facing a certain way. There we go. There we go. And we'll put the third one here. There we go. That should get us more of the human meat. Let's take those out because I want to make sure that we've got storage room for that. So let's grab the underground cold storage. In fact, we'll grab 2 because I'm going to need the ice cubes eventually as well. Got our dynamite in here for our next level of this area. Let's go ahead. We'll blow those up real quick. There we go. I think it explodes the frame rate a little more than anything else sometimes. Let's put 4 of these back up here, like so. And then we'll just match them with whatever's on the side here. This one is for chestnut beer. You can be for beer. This one is for the sake, so you can be for sake. This one is for the kimchi. There's the kimchi. And this one's finally for the wine. We've got those in. Let's build our tower of ladders back up here. Yep, that should do. And we grab storage for all of it. There we go. The last ones go in this side. We'll get all those set up here in just a second. I think I'm also going to need a couple more on the inside here. There we go. And then there. Can't believe that actually let me do that. There we go. That can go there. There. Will it let me scroll down through these so that I can put that in there easier? Maybe. Sort of. Alright, so if I go up 1, that's already got 1. You don't. Too low. You've each got, well, you don't have one quite there yet. Scroll up through the levels here and just put everything in. Finally, we'll get our paths in there. Oh, I need the actual platforms, don't I? They would probably appreciate that, not having to make that jump from side to side. Now, let's get the road in there. There we go. That goes there. Goes there. Oh, did I? Oops. Oh, well. It'll be all right. We don't have to worry too much about them being on the roof there. That goes there. And these go to there. These go to there. Is that all of them? Kind of looks like it is. So now we just have to wait for them to actually get that stuff in there. Back over here, they've got some of the dynamite in, so I can go ahead and take out some of this here. It's going to redirect a little bit of the water, but I'm not too worried about it for now. We'll let that go. There we go. It'll probably spill off this way. Not the biggest of deals. I do want, while we're up here, let's go ahead and take this path off the side over here. There we go. And come all the way down here, and let's get just a regular dam up here at the top. Nothing fancy, doesn't need to be, but that'll help hopefully keep this hill of blueberries ready to go. While we're here though, let's go ahead and put in the floodgate dams. Oh, I needed to leave some of those a little. Well, that's okay. You know what? We have extra dirt, so we're going to try and fill some of this in with some dirt. I shouldn't have blown that up. Oh well. Let's see. Does that give us... Yep, I should have just done that. That would have solved the problem for us. And also, let's do a bridge so they're able to get to all of this. There we go. Let's say that all of that is very high priority. And for now, we're just going to be dumping everything off the side of the hill. And then bad tides will raise that up and just dump the bad tide off of there. But we'll let that go for now. We've got our dynamite in over here, so let's go ahead. We'll take that out of there and position our centrifuge that we've got. Advanced building. Here we go. Make sure that... There we go. The little gear port is facing toward us right here. In fact, let's go ahead and we'll take this out and we'll do a power shaft. Let's do a 3 horizontal facing that way. We'll say it's very important so that this comes back online. How are they doing on this? They need just a couple of things, but we should have some fasteners coming in here pretty soon. The other thing I want to look into while we're here, let's grab the robots, if I can find them. There's the clockwork kitchen, advanced sawmill, aquaponic farm. Well, we will grab them and we'll come back. I had to switch one of my medium mines back to coal, which to me means that I probably need another mechanical drill for coal. Whereas these bring in a whole bunch of coal, it's still not bringing in enough for our colony. So let's go ahead and just toss one in. We'll make it fairly important here, since I think almost everything at this point is running some kind of coal deficit. Let's say, yep, super important. I think I have the clockwork controller that I need. I sure do. So we'll make sure that those get built, and then we should have more coal and more dirt coming in. And once we have that, then hopefully I can switch this back off of the other stuff. You ever wondered just how a beaver gets into the places that it gets into? There's no stairs, no nothing. He just decided that he was going to fall into the lake. I'm not sure how that works out, but... You know what? We're just going to leave him there. I guess we could get him out. Should I get him out? Yeah, why not? We'll go ahead. We'll be a nice guy. And we'll get him out. I have no idea how he might have got there in the first place, but that's okay. We'll work with what we've got. We've got our 2 GMO growing labs in, and one I think I'm going to shift to brain stimulating mushrooms, but then we can actually go around and probably take out all the mushroom growers. That saves us time and travel distance for our haulers, which is good. We can take those out. We don't need this one or this one anymore. And then I think there were a couple up here. Yep, there we go. Get rid of those so our haulers don't have to take those quite as far. That saves us, well, now we have 9 beavers. Plus, there might be more beavers now that we've got a couple of extra beds, which is not too terrible. They've got a big mess to pick up, though, it looks like. We're going to need to get those picked up. What is this for? No, we don't need that, so we'll get the extra beavers there. We'll save these, since these are the ones making the methane, and we don't quite have what we need for the methane, but that's okay. Over here, we did get our mechanical drill in, but I'm honestly thinking maybe I should get another one, because we're still struggling on coal, and dirt for that matter. So let's go ahead and just put this 4th one in. There we go. And we'll say that is super important, so they get to building that quickly. And hopefully that starts bringing us in more dirt and more coal, because even with one of these mines now set to coal, we're still not getting enough. In fact, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a 3rd mine. Let's go with storage. We'll get just a medium pile for now. Put you here, and you can hold on to the rocks. Be this one. Let's make sure that goes up, and it's coming in. And then let's set up for another one of these mines here, which this is a little off center, so maybe we'll figure that out. Let's put in, where is our explosives here? There they are. So here, we need to remember that the road here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it comes over what? This, let's just say this far, and then up, and then over, and then up to there, and a fence around here. Now let's make sure that these work correctly. We're going to put in, we need a, what, 3x3? This. And then we need 3s here and here. And then 1, 2. And a 1. And that will let me put this in line with this other one, which, you know what, that's fine. We'll just live with that. And however we got to connect it in is how we connect it in. But we do need to get rid of this around the edge here, because that's where the fence is going to go. I'm sure it's aligned with something. There we go. We'll let them work on building that. Should there be... It feels like this is off by 1. There's 2 there. There's a 2. And it goes down to 3. 1. And then this... I don't want to cause an issue with... So that'll go there. And then this goes around the outside. I believe that's correct, but no, this something still feels off here. Let's see, because it should be 1 here, and then the 2 is here, correct? If I'm matching this across the road, yep, and then that's why this is 3. So it's 3, 3, and 3. There we go. These mines are always really weird to put in. They also got some of the dynamite. Well, I guess all of the dynamite in down here. So let's go ahead and we'll just blow all of this up. And this should limit the water to 1 area. So when it becomes bad water, it'll just dump right across the map here. It is definitely taking them some time, though, to get in all of these blocks. So we'll have to wait for them to do that. The dirt takes forever to get for them. Our expanded airport finally went in, and they're all picking up frozen human meat, which is a little odd to have the focus of an airport, but that's okay. The other thing is we've got our nuclear waste mining facility. So we've got frozen human meat and nuclear waste, and that's great for the colony. So next time we'll see if we can finish up the centrifuge so we can work on some robots. Our grapes are coming in, which is great. In fact, we can probably unpause these because they'll have something to do, and then we'll have some free beds for some more beavers. Everything looks to be going good over here. We've got this in. We'll have to work to fix our mistake. It happens. We'll get that taken care of. We never did get the dam in. Shouldn't be too difficult. We'll say it's a little more important so we can get that in for next time. Although we probably won't be able to do anything with it until we get this in over here. So let's leave that where it's at. And then next time, I want to look into some of the other things that we're having issues with. For example, power. I want to make sure that we're storing power, and I want to make sure that we're generating some extra power where and when we can. But, like I said, that'll be for next time. So, as always, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by, and hope to see you next time. Bye!